Yo.
Hi. You look amazing. Yes, sis.
Today we're gonna be talking about relationships and sex.
Ooh, okay.
For sure.
I'm excited about this.
We here to eat. Eat and talk.
Wow.
A little fun fact, you're activating your sexual arousals when you taste something spicy. So when you go home later.
Especially as Black women, I feel like once you reach a certain age, how come you're not married? Like, how come you don't have kids? Like,
yeah.
I cannot have bad sex.
Period.
Agreed, yeah.
Chef! Oh my God.
Hi.
Yo, thank you for
Does
coming.
it smell good?
Yo, what? Can you just put me a bowl to the side or something?
We have a lot. We have some oxtail.
Yes, yeah.
It's Puerto Rican night.
Oh,
Puerto Rican
okay.
night, you know?
I love
And
it.
this is all get a man dish. Even though I'm still single, but
Okay.
it's proven to get a man.
Okay.
And we're making some arroz con pollo as well. But who is coming to dinner?
We got my girl, the actress, Jerrie Johnson.
Ooh.
Fire, my homegirl. We have TV personality, Lauren Speed. She's dope. She's really, really
Oh, I
dope.
love her. Okay.
Podcast host, Duke Ihenacho. He's gonna be dope. And my man, advocate, R.K. Russell. It's gonna be nice.
Nice.
So today, I know you got your food for
And we have
Get a
some
Man.
banana pudding too.
You got what?
Do you want to know a fun fact?
What?
So bananas are high in vitamin B12, and that promotes reproductive hormones. So it's not just like a thing, it's like a fact that bananas are like an arousal.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
all right. So we're gonna need this. 'Cause
Yeah.
Our conversation today
Yeah.
is about relationships, sex.
So thank me later when you go home for the spicy food and the banana pudding.
Hey, let me go get ready and
Okay.
call my wife. Tell her, be ready for tonight, all right?
Okay.
I'll see you in a minute.
Hi.
Queen! Oh, yeah. Oh, go. There we go.
I heard you get a bus hug, so I'm trying to get a hug.
Okay.
What up?
What up?
you look amazing. Yes, sis.
Please, everybody, take a seat, you know.
Hey, here we go.
What's up?
Hey, everybody. This is a good-looking group.
I'll take the clap.
Give it up for you. Yes, sir.
Clap for yourselves.
So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for coming out to this Recipe for Change brunch. We got a nice little meal set up for you. Shout out to the chef.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And I don't know if you guys know, but today we're going to be talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart.
Come on.
Okay.
Relationships and sex.
Okay.
So the food is going to be as spicy as the conversation. So just, I hope you guys are ready. I have a little something to help us with the conversation. We have these scrolls. I'm going to take one myself. We're going to pass them around. Everybody grab one, you know.
I grab one.
I know.
Okay.
These scrolls are just gonna help our conversation flow, kind of questions, prompts. All right, so I'll kick this thing off for us.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. What is the biggest red flag that you've ever ignored?
Ugh. God.
Wow. Honestly, a person with potential. I realize I'm like, Jerrie, there's a pattern here. You're like showing people how great they can be. I'm just not in the business of doing that anymore.
You gotta come fully potential.
Yes.
Fully potential.
Yes.
Fully percent.
Yes.
See, now I'm the opposite.
Come on, RK, what's up?
I used to run towards the red flag.
Oh my God.
That's the problem.
That's how I went. Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is like an amusement park. I'm going to. Little did I know it was a circus and I was the clown.
Wow.
So that's kind of the history. But I think for me, the biggest one was I would overlook selfishness. And it's the little things, right? It's like, I ask how you doing, and you go on for 30, 40. I'm giving you that energy.
Don't ask you back.
Don't ask you back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm opening doors, pulling out chairs. I'm not getting thank you. So I'm not getting, like, it just, and then it creeps up and it creeps in and you feeling unappreciated. While this person's like, oh, I got a good one.
Because you're generous and you're caretaking.
Yeah, where's my good one?
Yeah.
But what happens if all you do is run into red flags?
Then you gotta search it. Which I
flag.
also had to do, because like I said, I'm running towards them. It's like, why does that attract you? Why are you seeing red and like a bull, you charging forward? So, you know, it did start with me and going to therapy and trying to take inventory of, okay, what's my trauma that I'm bringing to the situation? What's my generational trauma that I've got going on?
I love that.
How do we, at least, if not reverse it, at least notice it and counteract?
Because noticing it is half the battle.
Absolutely.
Mine is like dating insecure men and knowing when to like address that.
What does that look like? What does the insecure man look like?
Fix
Like-
her up project.
Not okay. So I'm okay.
I know.
Unpopular opinion.
Tell us,
Okay.
what's an insecure man?
So I think it takes a certain secure and confident man to date a woman when their woman star is shining a little bit brighter.
Oh, yes.
And unfortunately, I ran into that in my past relationship. My career started to soar within food. I saw a change in our relationship. And that was like the downfall. Like I stopped sharing things with him.
I got you.
And like even like great things. And I was like, never mind.
You want to be able to be with somebody that you can enjoy the moment with.
Absolutely.
Versus somebody who's pulling the energy out of you.
Yeah, you should never have to minimize yourself. The red flag that I ignored, which I shouldn't have, was when people disguise put downs in humor. You know, the person that's always like, who you think you are? You think you look good or something? You think you all that because you know? And I started to minimize myself in that relationship. Like, maybe I am like doing too much, or I'm a funny person. Like, I'm quirky. So at first I would laugh it off like, you know. But mentally, it just started thinking in.
You start to believe it.
Absolutely. Because they're really telling the truth about how they really feel. Trying to disguise it like they joking.
It's like a cheap way to get it off.
Absolutely.
They really just sit in the back of your head. It's a joke, and then it's another joke, and it just keeps building until it starts to bring you down. Like, damn, I just say what you mean.
It's like, don't bring it over here.
Absolutely.
I was about to say, talk to me. What we got? What we
So
got?
we're starting off a little light, just a mixed green salad with the shallot maple vinaigrette. And we have some garlic white wine shrimp. And it's a little spicy. A little fun fact, spice increases endorphins and dopamine. You're activating your sexual arousals when you taste something spicy.
Yes.
Who has number 2?
Okay, scroll number 2. Let's see.
Talk to me.
Okay, how do traditional and evolving gender roles affect your relationship?
The masculine feminine roles, like, they should be erased at this point. Because I feel like it should be an equal partnership. And like, whatever you're giving, like, I should give equally.
We also have to think about the root of gender roles, and it's from propaganda. Like the invention of the housewife, where you would see these commercials with these women with these aprons on and their heels. And so now we think, oh, well, this is how it's supposed to be. And we perpetuate that in men, like, oh, you're not strong if you're not the head of the household. We perpetuate that in women. Oh, if you're being too strong, you're emasculating your man. And especially as Black people, what we've learned, I mean, through slavery, like literally our ancestors were ripped out of family structures and dynamic. And that's why it's important for me not to have gender roles in my relationships. But I've dated a person who was more masculine, and she was extremely insecure that I'm making more money, and that I'm like, you want to play out what you saw your dad do, and this is not that. And some people want that. Let me make that clear. Like, some women are like, take care of me. And some men are like, I want to do that, right? But that's a conversation you need to have with your partner. Not an assumption.
I don't think we need to erase gender roles, right? I think that gender roles provide clarity for a lot of people, right? I think they serve as a foundation of how you got your roles, I got my roles, we in this together, right? A lot of our things don't overlap, right? Now, gender roles doesn't mean that you can never do what I do and I never do what you do, right? That just means that this is the foundation of how we're gonna coexist, all right? And I can adapt some characteristics from, you know, femininity, and you can adapt some characteristics from masculinity. But I think that it gives clarity, right? It's like a team, right? If you and I on a team, I can't throw the ball and catch it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So when we're on a team, that's just how it is, right? It doesn't mean that you're the best player or I'm the best player or I'm the leader. It's just we got roles, right?
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Maybe just because of the household that I grew up in, right? Like, my dad had his own barbershop, he was working, but the person who actually came in, made sure that food was on the table, made sure that she was the disciplinarian, et cetera, my mom's. Like, I watched my mom, like, have to boss up in such a way that it was like, all right, cool. Seeing what she's done and now having a wife that is powerful as well, I do think that it is a team, and I do think that you got to be able to play both roles.
Yeah, I mean, I know in my marriage, I was gonna say that for me and my husband, we're a team, we're a partnership. If I'm working all day and you're at home and we need some stuff done, he's gonna take care of it. It's not like, oh, I'm a man, I'm not gonna do that. Although I get where you're coming from, because I feel like in the Black household, that's just how it is. Men are men. Men gotta act like men.
I don't think anyone's trying to get rid of gender roles. I think if anything, we're just trying to add more options for the people that don't align with
I like that.
I'm in a relationship with a man, and it, for a long time, didn't mess with my head of like, who's gonna play the man? But then I'm like, if our relationship doesn't look like everybody else's, why are we trying to make it
look like
function like everybody else's? So it's just like,
right.
what's the option for us? And for us specifically, taking gender out of it was vital because we share the same gender. So it's like, okay, what are we good at? Like, even if I'm making the money, my partner, unfortunately, is not blessed as you are to be able to prepare these meals. So I'm not coming home to you trying to hand make some stuff and it's not good.
Facts.
So you ain't gotta cook. Like,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has number 3?
Oh, I have 3. I have 3.
Come on.
Okay. Have you ever felt the pressure of sexual expectations, whether self-imposed or placed on you by others? It's like...
I wanted to be a gigolo for like a little short time. I wanted to be like, really like a pleasure person, you know what I mean? Where I like help women tap into their pleasure and help them learn like, how do I like pleasure when it's just me? How can I communicate with somebody without shame or embarrassment of how to give me pleasure? Because I find that like some women have not orgasmed or some women have not.
Or not even play, like toys.
Yes, people don't play with themselves and things. And as a non-monogamous sex guru with a very high libido, okay? And I cannot have bad sex. That, you know, I think of sex differently and I approach sex as an individual act. Like, it's gonna be different with every person. And so what does our conversation look like in our intimacy? And so I can't make any assumptions about what you might like or who you are. We have to be in conversation with that.
A lot of my pressure comes from how I view myself, right? And putting the pressure on myself and saying, yo, I try to be excellent in whatever I do.
True.
Right? So when I lay with a woman, it's like, yo, I hope she gotta feel this. She gotta feel this, right? So now I'm warming up. Like, she gotta feel this, right? So now she don't, then it's like, yo, like that kind of bruised my ego, right? Right? Like,
you feel less than asking.
And no one ever told us, hey, yo, when you get in a situation and when you don't perform, this is what you say. Or what you don't like what she's doing, this is what you say. This is how you get to the bottom of it. It's just like good at sports. Right? It's not just, we can't just show up one day and think we're gonna hit every 3 or make every catch. We gotta practice.
Practice.
You know what I'm saying?
And just because you have a bad game doesn't mean you're bad at sports.
Come on. You know what I mean?
Wait, but even that, you gotta practice and you gotta be coached sometimes.
I know for me, like, I never really felt pressure in my dating life, but believe it or not, when I got married, I just felt the pressure, like, this has to be perfect, this has to be everything. I'm a wife now, I have to do everything he wants. I was putting it on myself. It wasn't even from him. He's just happy to be there. You know? And it's definitely a learning curve.
I think it's being married now, right? Disclaimer. My wife and I lost my virginity to my wife.
Oh, wow.
So like this was like it was real. Like, you know, we lost my virginity to my wife. We broke up when we were like 20, went our separate ways, experienced life, et cetera, et cetera. Came back around. figured out that it actually worked. But even in that, coming back, you realize that you're not dealing with the same person that you were dealing with when you were 18. You know, this is a relearning thing. So I think initially getting into it, my mindset is always like, nah, I gotta do this. I gotta make sure she's, and when in all actuality, just a conversation, just finding out what they need. Because sometimes, honestly, it's not sex that your partner needs. Sometimes they just need a moment just to kick it with you.
Absolutely.
Sit down on the couch, watch a movie. They want to just have a moment away from everything else. Just to that's intimacy. So I think a lot of times we kind of conflate sex in the terms of intimacy. Without realizing that intimacy in itself is such a broad spectrum.
Communication.
Exactly.
And feedback. A lot of my homeboys not asking for feedback. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't either as a young buck. I was, you know, I get mine. Hope you got yours, or if you with another man, it's like there's an obvious end. But that still doesn't mean you truly enjoyed the whole experience. That truly doesn't mean the experience couldn't have been better. That don't mean, okay, yeah, that was cool, but then I had to close my eyes and think about this, and I thought it was wearing you. We need feedback. Like how else can we learn?
It's like if you think of it like a sport, it's like I gotta watch game tape. Like I gotta go back to the coach and be like, hey, what can I do better?
Sometimes you need to, you gotta film it.
So we think that the orgasm is the feedback, right? And we think that, you know, if we orgasm, then that's confirmation that we did a good job, right? And so we don't ask the questions. When in reality, even if you do a good job, you still want to get critique on how you can do better, right? And that's where
there's so many more questions than did you like that? There's so many more questions. So many more questions.
But I feel like we need to speak up as women.
Tell me you don't like that.
Well, some of y'all
like that.
y'all don't speak up because y'all don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
We need to speak up as
so
men.
I understand that.
You know, try it this way, or I really love it when you do
That
this,
part.
or this makes me feel good when you do it. Like, it's ways to say it, then you can't be like, that's terrible. I mean, you know, it's like,
don't hit.
you gotta put a little sugar with the salt.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is basically like a Puerto Rican Sunday dinner. So we have some arroz con pollo, and we have some Jamaican-style oxtail. So it hits you in the back of the throat, the spice a little bit.
Love it.
And we have some black beans as well.
So, what does consent look like for you? Do you feel like you have control over your body without repercussions?
And I think that consent is when all things are in line, like mentally, physically, verbally. You know, it's okay to say out loud, you know, or ask even, you know, which if you feel unsure, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
Yeah.
I love clear communication. I love yes, we're gonna do this. I'm not a gray area kind of person. I don't have sex for the first time with anybody if I've been drinking or they've been drinking, because I don't feel like clear consent can be there, and I also want to have a good time. And for me, I don't always think that that's the best time to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Do you ever feel like consent in relationships a little different? Because I know some people who's like, that ass is mine, and if I don't get it now, there's a fear they're gonna go out and get it somewhere else, or...
It's your wife or your husband's job to say, yo, nah, I'm not in the mood. Or if you're not in the mood, I ain't gonna press the issue.
Right.
And I feel like that's where cats get messed up.
Yes.
That's when cats get messed up.
Yes, when they press it after the no.
And now it's just like, what you mean? Like, this is mine.
But it's fair.
I need that.
What if you've been getting no's every night?
It could just be like that person may have something that they're going through with their own body. Maybe they don't feel as confident. You know, married couples can be married for 10 years. The woman's body doesn't look like it did when they first got together. She doesn't feel sexy. So
it's like a car. When you buy a new car, when you first get it, it's exciting, all right? But when you have it for a long time, you feel like, yo, the excitement goes away and you get used to it. It's not that the car is any less of a quality, it's just that, yo, your mind has processed this car, you have it, and now you see other things that's wrong with it. So now you gotta just navigate it, right? And I think that's what's hard.
I was gonna say,
meeting somebody that's the car dealership. Where you like, oh.
Which car you want tonight?
Precisely.
Right. So that's part of the conversation that we have, right?
All right, go to the next question.
All right, here we go. Do you feel pressure from society or your community to commit to a partner?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, especially as Black women, I feel like once you reach a certain age, how come you're not married? Like, how come you don't have kids? Like, you know, and it's just like, once you reach a certain age, people start to treat you and make you feel like just discarded goods.
Like you're expired.
You know what I hated when I was dating is when I'll go on a date, the guy would be like, you beautiful, you intelligent, but you single. What's wrong with you?
Why are you single? Wait, the guy
What's
say that?
wrong with me?
Guys say that.
The guy say that?
Guys say
Nah,
that.
y'all lying.
Yes.
Guys say that.
Yeah. What's the problem? What's wrong with you?
Listen, somebody really peed in the dating pool. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
So I feel like there is pressure on women, especially black women, to hurry up and find something before it's too late.
But I went to the gyno, and she was like, how old are you? And I was 33, and I was like, oh, I'm 33. She was like, are you in a relationship? And I was like, yeah, like I have a boyfriend. She was like, it's time to start thinking about, because you're turning 35 soon. And I was like, damn, like,
what? We get it from
I was
so
even
many
happy.
directions.
So I was like, I feel so much pressure because of my age. I'm like, after 35 is geriatric pregnancy. Your eggs, you lose so many eggs at 35. And it's just like, but I just want to like meet my person.
Don't you feel like that pressure is coming from a good place in that regard?
It is, but then I think, but
if
then
that's what you want to put
it's pressure nonetheless.
Yeah, but it's pressure nonetheless.
But then you start to think about it, you're like, oh shit, my timeline, like I'm turning 40, like it's.
And when people start to make compromises with the person that they want, right?
Age.
They're like, oh well, maybe I am asking for too much. Maybe I do want too much.
Maybe I gotta settle.
That was me. 'Cause I was like, oh, I'll get married now, and in my head I was like, I don't want to, but I was like, I'll do it because like 6 years, a long time. I was like, I'm not happy.
Now what happens is now you get relationships and marriages that people get into when they're not ready to.
Yes.
Right? And then the result of that is more divorces.
I would say for my dating life, it's been nothing but societal pressure.
Yeah.
I think the pressure to date a woman, the pressure to date then a black woman, and I found myself in a loving relationship with a partner who is not a woman and not black. And it's like, for so long, it hindered us in getting to where we needed to go as in a relationship because I was looking at all the things he wasn't instead of looking at
the stuff that he is.
I would say for me, the bar was so low that there was no expectation. Let me tell you, now listen. My mom had her first child at 16. I have 7 brothers and sisters, and we all have different dads.
Heard you.
And so, like, seeing a loving relationship wasn't something that I experienced growing up, right?
Yeah.
When I got into relationships, I was learning from ground zero. All I knew was what not to do. So I had to figure out what a loving relationship looked like for me because I wanted to be in a loving relationship. And I mean, I probably have had the most healthy relationships out of anybody in my family because of my experience in life.
When it comes to like the pressure to commit, right, from society, you know, one thing I don't like is people dismiss what a woman wants, right?
Yeah.
Maybe all women don't want to get married right off the bat.
Period.
Maybe women have a career that they want to try to maximize before they get married and step into. Maybe my fiance doesn't want a child. Right? Maybe she has medical issues.
Maybe she can't have a child. There's so many,
and people disregard
things.
all those things and say, y'all need to get married already. And I think that's tough to deal with just as a society.
We're gonna end with banana pudding.
There we go.
So we have some banana pudding. And bananas are very high in B12.
Talk to him.
So,
She know.
It's not just because of the shape, it's because of the vitamin B12, and it promotes reproductive hormones. So it increases your sexual arousal.
Let me read mine.
All right, I'm about to say, hit us with the last one.
Let's see. When your relationship gets serious, how do you preserve your platonic friendship?
Come on.
Tricky. That is very tricky. Tricky. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a hard one.
People get weeded out.
People get weeded out.
That's true.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
There are some homeboys that was just homies when we was turning up, or just homies when we was chasing tail, or we was doing, you know, we was in the streets.
That's as simple as it is, right?
And that's all.
Absolutely.
You don't support this phase of my life in this relationship. I can't really call you a friend.
I didn't have that part, but I had trouble prioritizing my relationship. Because my friends were like, we in the street, like, we outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have to sit down. And like, I had trouble, like, because he would say, like, you don't prioritize me. Like, so I would always choose my friends, because like, they're my ride or dies. You know, they're gonna be with me after.
Bad ball.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't do well with it. So
I think it has to be like a healthy balance, you know, between having your friends and then having your relationship. Of course, you know, you want to keep the friends that you've had since 5th grade, but this is your partner. Like, y'all locked in for a lifetime, you know? Yeah, so it's like you have to kind of teeter back and forth, because I feel like, too, being in a relationship or a marriage with no friends is not healthy.
Yes, I was about to say, that's a red flag.
Yes, definitely a red flag.
When somebody don't have no friends,
Oh, all right. Wait a minute.
And plus, you still need that outside voice. You need that outside opinion, perspective. Sometimes you just need to leave the house
you just need like
and go
stimulation police.
be with someone that you're not sleeping with.
Somebody needs to tell you how good you got it over here. For real. You need to hear from somebody like, you got it good.
Don't you see me struggling in these streets?
Yeah, you don't want to be back in that rat race.
Right. Streets are awful.
It's an interesting thing.
It's cold out there.
It's an interesting thing, because I think you got to just be more intentional about the friends that you keep around.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So you got to also be aware of the activities that you're doing that's not conducive to your relationship.
True indeed.
Right? You know, some people will say, well, man, you're in a relationship, but you can still go have fun. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But there's certain things
What fun
that's
are we
just
having?
there's just certain things that's not conducive to your relationship.
Fun might look a little
And
different.
if you care, if you care about this relationship and you care about the relationship thriving and surviving, there's some things that you just gotta cut out. Right? There's some friends that we have that's strictly for partying. Right? Because if there's women around him, then
You gonna have them around me.
that puts me in a bad position. So now I'm a firm believer in, yes, have your friends, yes, have platonic friends, but also be intentional of who you want to be around. And the second thing is, I'm also a believer in, once I get with a woman and I establish like, this is my priority, I cannot be hanging around other women. That's my thing, right? Because there's so much gray area that my woman has to work through, right? And I don't want to put her in a situation where she has to try to define, what's the nature of this relationship?
What is that?
Right, I want to put her at ease, right? And that's just one of the things that I give up personally. So that's kind of how I navigate it.
I will say also, being bisexual and being attracted to men and women and non-binary people and all people, there is no, you just not gonna hang out with your female friends. There is no, you just not gonna hang out with your male.
Right.
No, from my partner's perspective, he like, you could be trying to get with any of these people.
Exactly.
So if you call me or you FaceTime me, you on speakerphone. He
He's right here.
Just know.
Don't even ask no question.
Yeah, he needs to hear right. Anybody, you on FaceTime? Oh, I'm hanging out with Corey. Boom, say hi. Y'all need to see each other. I don't want. It's gonna save us all this time. We can just focus on loving each other and building what we building. If we not asking who's that, who you texting?
Because you really, I'm about to say, because you really start to build the insecurity in your own partner by being on something like, nah, this is just my friend. I don't want to.
Right.
This is work.
Yeah, I think for me, because of the partnership that I'm in now, that I feel like, oh, this could be my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know what my partner's insecurities are. I know the type of things that she likes or the type of things that makes her feel strong. And so if a person in my life has said something that is not speaking highly of you to me, it's up to me to cut that cancer out because I know how important it is.
And how fast it'll grow.
Yes, it turns into this and then we out and you're talking about this and now you want to, we can't be friends.
For me, I knew I was in a different place last year because I started hitting my wife's best friend on something like, all right, look, I got this idea for her anniversary gift. Like, what do you think? And me and her having our own relationship outside of my wife, just being me and her cool, like, yo, she likes this and like that. So that when the gift comes, I'm like, hey, babe, look, she told me this is what you like.
This is verified.
Verified. I knew you was gonna like this. So before we all go, I want to make sure that we do this little art project to help all of the lonely souls back at home. We're gonna call this our Recipe for Change advice box.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. So let me take one myself. Grab a pen so you can start writing as well. As I ask our last question, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
What does intimacy look like for you?
Everyone look down.
For me personally, I struggled a lot with just being vulnerable with people. I always have walls up.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, it is being able to be still and vulnerable, you know, just being able to strip everything and just you and your partner.
Yeah.
Still.
Mine's the same. If we can just spend that quality time together and like, we're not doing anything, maybe just watching TV, cooking together is super intimate. Like, that is the best thing ever.
Yeah, for me, intimacy just means allowing myself to be open and vulnerable and honest, and I'm allowing myself to be hurt, honestly, right? I don't think you can be intimate with someone without giving them the opportunity to hurt you.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I think that's the ultimate form of intimacy.
For me, it's like we can say what we need to say and know that there's love at the end of it, right? Like, know that this isn't like the end of something, or this isn't a deal breaker, or this isn't like going to somehow be the bottom line for us.
Wow. Intimacy is me allowing you to make me feel strong when I feel weak. Me allowing you to tell me that I am loved when I feel unlovable. Me hearing it when you're telling me that I'm safe when so long I felt under attack.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not only full from the food, but I'm full from the conversation, man. This was necessary, especially if we're trying to actually grow in these things. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, man, and eating this amazing food. Appreciate you guys.
Being a man.